20-hour revolution, reclaiming your ability to learn anything. In today's relentlessly accelerating world, the pressure to constantly adapt and acquire new skills is immense. We're bombarded with information and opportunities, yet often feel paralyzed by the sheer volume of what we could learn and the perceived time commitment required. This is where Josh Kaufman's 20-hour rule, as presented in his TEDx CSU talk, The First 20 Hours, How to Learn Anything, offers a powerful and liberating perspective. It challenges the daunting notion of mastery and replaces it with the achievable goal of becoming reasonably good at something in a surprisingly short amount of time. Debunking the myth of mastery. The common narrative surrounding skill acquisition often revolves around the 10,000-hour rule, popularized by Malcolm Gladwell. While insightful, this rule, based on Anders Ericsson's research on expert performance, can be inadvertently discouraging. It implies that a monumental investment of time is required to achieve any meaningful level of proficiency. Kaufman astutely points out that this rule applies to reaching the pinnacle of highly competitive fields, not to the everyday learning endeavors most of us pursue. The 20-hour rule, in contrast, focuses on the initial, most impactful phase of learning. It leverages the well-established principle of the learning curve, which illustrates that the steepest gains in proficiency occur in the early stages of practice. This isn't about becoming a world-class expert, it's about rapidly transitioning from a state of complete unfamiliarity to a point where you can competently engage with the skill and enjoy the process. The 4 pillars of rapid skill acquisition. Kaufman's method for harnessing the power of the first 20 hours rests on 4 fundamental principles. 1. Deconstruction, dismantling the skill into its core components. Imagine wanting to learn how to cook. Instead of being overwhelmed by the vastness of culinary arts, you'd break it down. You might focus on mastering basic knife skills, understanding fundamental cooking techniques, sautéing, roasting, braising, and learning a few versatile recipes. This is deconstruction, identifying the essential sub-skills that, when combined, form the foundation of the larger skill. This principle applies universally. Learning a language? Focus on core vocabulary, basic grammar structures, and common conversational phrases. Learning to code? Start with fundamental programming concepts, syntax of a specific language, and simple coding exercises. By strategically selecting the most impactful sub-skills, you maximize your learning efficiency. 2. Self-correction, learning just enough to improve. The temptation to amass a mountain of learning resources before even beginning to practice is strong. We often fall into the trap of researching a skill to death, mistaking preparation for actual progress. Kaufman advocates for a different approach: learn just enough to be able to practice effectively and, crucially, to recognize and correct your own mistakes. This requires a delicate balance. You need a basic understanding of the fundamentals, but you don't need to become a theorist before you become a practitioner. By actively engaging with the skill and using your resources as a guide, you create a feedback loop that accelerates your learning. You try, you observe, you adjust, you improve. 3. Eliminating distractions, creating a sanctuary for focused practice. In our hyperconnected world, distractions are a constant threat to productivity. Notifications, social media, and the endless allure of the internet can easily derail even the most well-intentioned practice sessions. Kaufman emphasizes the importance of creating a dedicated practice environment, free from these interruptions. This might involve setting aside specific time slots for practice, turning off your phone, finding a quiet space, and communicating your need for focused time to those around you. By minimizing external distractions, you create a mental space where you can fully immerse yourself in the learning process. 4. The power of pre-commitment, conquering the frustration barrier. Every new skill comes with a frustration barrier, that initial period of awkwardness and difficulty where progress feels slow and the urge to quit is strong. This is where pre-commitment becomes a powerful tool. By committing to at least 20 hours of practice before you even begin, you create a psychological safety net. This commitment helps you push through the initial discomfort, knowing that you've already decided to persevere. It allows you to experience the inevitable plateaus and setbacks as temporary hurdles rather than insurmountable obstacles. Once you break through this barrier, you often find that the skill becomes more enjoyable and your progress accelerates. The ukulele is a case study, from zero to strumming in 20 hours. Kaufman's own experiment with learning the ukulele serves as a compelling demonstration of his method. He deconstructed the skill, learned a few essential chords and strumming patterns, and discovered the prevalence of those same chords in countless popular songs. Through dedicated practice, he was able to play a medley of songs after just 20 hours, showcasing the rapid progress that's possible with this approach. Beyond the first 20 hours, a lifelong journey of learning. The 20-hour rule isn't a magic bullet that transforms you into an expert overnight. It's a starting point, a framework for rapidly acquiring a foundational understanding and building momentum. Continued practice and refinement are essential for further development. However, the principles of deconstruction, self-correction, and focused practice remain valuable tools throughout your learning journey. The 20-hour rule is more than just a time management technique, it's a mindset shift. It empowers you to embrace new challenges, to experiment with different skills, and to experience the joy of learning without feeling overwhelmed by the perceived time commitment. It's a reminder that significant progress is within reach, even with limited time. So, what will you choose to learn in your first 20 hours? The possibilities are truly endless, and the journey of discovery awaits. This method encourages a proactive and joyful approach to learning, making it an invaluable tool for personal and professional growth in our dynamic world. It's a testament to the fact that anyone can learn anything with the right strategy, a bit of discipline, and a willingness to embrace those transformative first 20 hours.